All right, guys, let's have some fun. So what is it called? IDW. I almost said the IDF. No, that's the Israeli Defense Forces. The IDW, the Intellectual Dark Web, they are well past their prime, well past their heyday, when they were the big, hot, new, cool thing on the block, bro. We like to have conversations on podcasts about conversations. We love to have conversations about conversations, bro. That's what we do. And we like to talk about things like free speech and censorious lefties, and some more talk about free speech and censorious lefties, and we like to do Trump apologetics while pretending like we're all centrist, bro. This is what we do, bro. This is what we do. So the IDW had their heyday, and then now they're irrelevant, fractured, a mess, silly. Well, one of the guys who's still hanging on to all this, it's the Weinstein brothers, Eric and Brett. This one apparently is Eric. I could barely tell you the difference between the two of them. But anyway, he goes on this podcast, and at this point, he's just ripping off another right-wing goon by the name of James Lindsay. James Lindsay did this whole thing about it. Kamala Harris is a communist, Marxist, Leninist, Maoist, and I know that because she has a quote that she uses all the time, which is some banal pablum. They use her thing about, this dude will repeat the quote. I never remember the specifics of this quote, but it's some vague, Democratic platitude bullshit. And look at his reaction when he's like, this guy's like, well, what does it mean, Eric? And Eric's like, I don't know if I can say. It's so dark. Okay, here we go. Watch this. This is fun.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
That's the quote. Yeah. Hold on. Speed it up a touch. Can't stand these guys.
What does that mean?
I don't know if I should say.
It's too powerful. It's too powerful. I don't know if I could tell you what Kamala's quote means, bro. It's totally not just regular Democratic pablum.
There's a line in Marx where sometimes you hear certain phrases like a world to win. AOC uses the phrase, we have a world to win, which comes from the end of the Communist Manifesto, originally written in German. It was the name. I used to hang out in the Revolutionary Bookstore in Cambridge, Massachusetts with the communists because they print everything in every language. So if you're trying to learn multiple languages, they'll print the same text in all of these languages and you can compare. It basically says you have to wipe out what has been to arrive in the new.
And where's it from? What can be unburdened by what has been?
It's not a direct translation, but it occurs in Karl Marx. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I could find you the exact reference. If you think about what Mao had to do to wipe out Chinese history, what Pol Pot had to do, you're trying to wipe out memory because the memory has all of this burden. Why is it important to go after doctors and lawyers and teachers and professors? Because in some sense, they are going to resist the new order that you're about to impose. You're looking for a blank slate.
When she says, what can be unburdened by what has been, she's really saying she's a Maoist. And she wants to wipe out all of American history and start from scratch from a blank slate. Oh, the horror. Do these people know how fucking ridiculous they look to everybody? No, I don't think they get it. I don't, normies look at you like, that guy needs antipsychotic medication. That guy's losing it. Guys, I mean, look. It's gonna be mission impossible to make the hard sell that Kamala Harris is a Marxist, communist, Maoist who wants to wipe out all of U.S. history and start from scratch. The idea that she's a radical in any way, shape, or form is contrary to her actual governing philosophy throughout her entire time in office. Okay? Can we stop being serious? We heard this all the time about a guy named Barack Obama. And you know what? He governed as a massive centrist. He did, I mean, I'm going off memory here, but I remember covering segments. They're screaming at him that he's a communist and a radical. And he did like a dozen small business tax cuts, right? And he cut taxes for working class people. his line was, we're not going to raise taxes. It was either for people who make under 200,000 a year, or it was 250. It was one of those two. The idea, what is communism? Does Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, hey, Eric, do they want to seize the means of production? Are they going to do that? You don't even believe that she's going to do that. Of course, the chances of her seizing the means of production are roughly around 0%. Donut. Zero. Nothing. Absolutely no chance. Nada. Zilch. Like, I mean, you guys are humiliating, man. You guys are humiliating. I mean, okay, again, my whole life, we've heard this from Republicans about every single Democrat. And then usually the Democrats they're accusing of being communists or Marxists or Maoists, they're complete centrist Democrats. Many of them very corporate, very neoliberal friendly, right? This is what they do. They accuse those people. And then you go look at the record and the stuff that they do, and you're like, not only is this person not a communist, not only are they not a Maoist, Leninist, Stalinist, radical, etc., they have a lot more in common with Ronald Reagan than they do with any of those people, right? They're like total milquetoast corporate centrists. Just to give you one example, right? Oh, communist, Maoist. Here is some charts on Democrats and Republicans on job creation under their respective administrations, okay? This is a fact that Democrats like to throw around out there all the time. Ready? Since 1989, a mere 1.3 million jobs have been created in net terms with Republicans in office, despite the party's reputation for being more business-friendly. With Democrats in power, a net 49.4 million jobs have been added. 1.3 million for Republicans since 1989, 49.4 million for Democrats. The overwhelming majority of these jobs are private sector jobs. Private sector. That would be capitalism. That would be the free market. Communist, Maoist, these are the major production. Okay, so here are some more charts on it. So 1989 to February 2024, all this bar is all Democratic job creation. This one is Republican. When you include 1977, January 1977 to February 2024, Democrats still have a colossal lead, but Republicans are doing a little better than they were in the previous chart. Okay, more here. I like this chart too. Democrats, a lot of job creation. Reagan actually, to be fair, had a lot of job creation. Clinton, a lot of job creation. Of course, George W. Bush, you had some downturns, the dot-com bubble burst right here, the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis and Great Recession here. His growth wasn't that strong. Obama had to turn around the Great Recession and the subprime mortgage crisis. So at the very beginning, he was losing a lot. Then boom, he recovered it. They did a lot of spending to get to that point. Trump, this big downturn under Trump was, of course, because of COVID. Biden has recovered phenomenally from that. But the point is, these are private sector jobs under Democrats skyrocketing. If you are a true communist, Maoist, or whatever, the private market is not your thing, bro. You want to seize the means of production. And you wouldn't see a chart like this, or all the job creation would be like government job creation, right? That's not the case. I got to be honest, I don't know why I take the time to seriously respond to goofballs and silly people like this Eric Weinstein dude. I don't get it. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I bother. It doesn't matter how many policies I show you. Hey, look at this very pro-capitalist, centrist, democratic type policy. Look at this. All the tax cuts they did for working people. Look at this. All of the private sector job creation. It's in one ear and out the other. They don't care. They'll be back out there tomorrow. Same thing. Kamala's radical. Kamala's an extremist. Kamala's a communist. Kamala's a Maoist. All because she says, like, what can be unburdened by what has been. Like, obviously what she's saying is, let's not let the negative things in our past drag us down and ruin our vision for the future. We can actually still try to make the future better. That's what she means. That's what she means. So, oh my God, it's crypto Marxism and communism. She wants to wipe out American history and start from scratch. Get a fucking grip. Who takes these people seriously? God, the whole Trump campaign strategy is just to scream radical leftist 1,000 times and try to convince people that's what Kamala is. That's not going to fucking land when she's the prosecutor and Trump's the criminal. That's not going to land when, her policy proposals are centrist to relatively mainstream liberal ideas that poll very, very popular. It's not going to land when she's fighting for reproductive freedom And Trump is fighting for reproductive authoritarianism, wants the government overturn Roe v. Wade, wants the red states to ban it if they want to ban it, right? Ban abortion. So, I don't know, man. I don't know why I bother talking about these people. But goofball himself, Eric Weinstein, those are his brilliant thoughts for us about Kamala Harris. Some Democratic platitude quote. These types of people spend 40 minutes breaking it down and explaining how what it really means is the downfall of the West and the return of Maoism and blah, 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 blah. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.